What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to some FIFA 20 icon news. So, what a night it has been. It's I don't even know what to say. Let me pop this full screen for you guys. Yeah, late last night, I'd finished streaming. I was streaming some Fortnite. If you want to check out the streams, mixer.com/NepentheZ. Link is down below for FIFA 20. I'm going to be streaming pretty much full time, but go follow it, get involved, make sure you're there when I go live. After I finished stream last night, I'm on Twitter and my Twitter is blowing up. Like, there are so many leaks from FIFA 20. I couldn't believe it. And at first, you know, when I see leaked cards and stuff, I'm like, this could just be fake. People could, like, there's, you know, people that are good with graphics, they could just manipulate it however they want. Then I started getting from some very good sources of mine that there are already games out there, and if you go onto the Xbox dashboard and search for FIFA 20, you can actually see already that several people have played FIFA 20 and are currently playing FIFA 20 right now, which means people have a copy of the game. Now, of course, journalists and companies and such, they always get the game a little bit early, even earlier than like YouTubers and content creators, so that they can make their publications about the game, and so that would arguably be part of that. But these leaks are genuinely official from the game. You can see draft squads and how they're built. You can see all sorts, and so with that, ratings are just coming out left, right, and center. We've seen Ronaldo, we've seen Messi, we've seen Neymar, we've seen Mbappe, we've seen Anthony, Cristiano Ronaldo, Martial. What? I don't even know how he's got that card. Of course, even now, these ratings are subject to change. Maybe they're not the final ratings. Who knows, right? You know, when the full game comes out, those ratings may be different. That's not really relevant. What was more relevant was that this has caused an insane issue for EA, because EA obviously aren't ready to give out information, and yet here they are at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning dropping icon news, and this is them essentially trying to get ahead of these leaks, because they don't want people to leak the icons. They want to be the ones that drive the traffic to the site, get the clicks, and get the, as you can see when we come onto this website, oh hey, look at that, the first thing that you see is pre-order now. That's what they want, and that's why they don't like leaks, because they don't get the benefit of encouraging people to purchase their game, which is standard business. It makes perfect sense. So what we've got here today, we have got the confirmed official icons and some of their stats as well, and we're going to start here, guys, with looking at the new icons. Zidane, Pirlo, Drogba, Ian Wright, we obviously knew about these guys already. Ronald Koeman, Carlos Alberto, Garrincha, Essien, who got released yesterday anyway, Zambrotta, Barnes, Rush, Sanchez, Guardiola, Dalglish. And then there's one more spot that hasn't been released yet. I don't know why, I don't know what for. And then I think, I had a brief scan, I think this is all of the icons that we had in FIFA 19 as well. I don't think anyone has been removed. If there has been, my apologies. I obviously just don't remember every single icon off the top of my head. But I think, yeah, there's like 30, 60, there's 75 icons there. So there's going to be like 85 to 90 icons. And there's going to be 4 versions of each card. So there's going to be close on 350-ish icons in the game. Possibly not. And here's why. So when we go down to Zidane, the first thing we note, guys, is that there is a question mark card. Now that is going to be one of two things. Number one, prime icon moments, which obviously we know went down really well in FIFA 19, and I can't wait for that again. Or number two, it could potentially be, and this is what I'm kind of hoping for, either an SBC icon that's not necessarily a prime moments icon, but just an SBC version, or it could potentially be from milestones and seasonal objectives. And for me, that would be amazing. Like if they gave like an 86 rated Zidane that you just can earn through milestones or earn through seasonal objectives, I would be in awe of that. But here we go. Zinedine Zidane, one of the most talented players of all time. Zidane's world-class skill and technique made football look unnaturally easy. His performances of the biggest stage, 2 goals in the 1998 FIFA World Cup final, one of the greatest volleys of all time in the 2002 UEFA Champions League final, gave Zizou legendary status for both France and Real Madrid. Now, as per usual, we can't really take too much from what the face card stats suggest, because face card stats, we've come to realise over the last couple of years specifically, are largely irrelevant compared to in-game stats, but they still bear some fitting. And they've given Zidane a 91, 94, and a 96, and that 96 rated cam looks absolutely momentous. Zidane's quite tall, isn't he? I think he's like 6 foot, if I had to guess. 1.85 meters. I think that is like 6 foot anyway. Just under 6'1". So I don't know if the 96 will be in the game day one. I can only assume and imagine the 91 and the 94 will be. So that even that 91 rated Zinedine Zidane card, pop a shadow on him, he's going to be mental. Or give him a sniper or a maestro or a hunter. Bottom line is he's likely to have 5-star, maybe 5-star, at least 5-star, 4-star. And he is just going to be a genuinely a new meta icon. I think that's what the words I'm looking for, a new meta icon, which I really like. I think is brilliant. Next up, Pep Guardiola. As an icon player and now as a manager, Pep Guardiola embodied Barcelona's famous La Masia philosophy, making a rapid transition from academy to the first team, where he cemented his position by just the age of 20. Part of fellow icon Johan Cruyff's famous dream team that won La Liga and European Cup double in 91-92, Guardiola went on to win 16 trophies with the Catalan club, playing a pivotal role in the midfield for almost a decade. And how wildly different does he look with hair? That's crazy. You wouldn't even think it was the same man. He has a 90 prime. Shooting is terrible, but the rest of the stats are very well rounded. His shooting stays terrible. And I don't think that this is going to be an icon that is utilized too much, especially if we don't get the prime early like we didn't in FIFA 18. If the primes come a little bit later and then the prime moments maybe even later, who knows? But yeah, the 87 and 85 look like they're going to be some of the most unused icon cards in the world. And the 90 looks semi-usable, but again, it depends on in-game stats, but there's Pep Guardiola's card. Next up is Ronald Koeman, a defender with goal-scoring records to envy most of those playing in front of him. Ronald Koeman began his career in Eredivisie with Groningen and Ajax before netting 51 times to lead PSV to 3 consecutive league titles and the European Cup. He bettered the feat at Barcelona with 4 consecutive La Liga trophies to go alongside a second European Cup, reaching double figures for goals in all 6 seasons at the club. And for a centre-back, man, he looks good. Good. His 85 doesn't even look bad. As I personally would think he'd probably better suit a CDM or a centre mid. His 85 is a little bit slow, but his 88 and 91 are, it's quick. His 88, it's got good defending, it's got great shooting and passing and good physical. His 91, a little bit slower than the 88, but because of that defending and physical, because of that passing and shooting, I think we could actually see Ronald Koeman in lots of teams, lots of times, because he seems to be so well-rounded that he would just work very well. The only concern may be his height again. So he is 1.81 meters. So he is like 5'11", maybe just under. And so that is going to be the big problem for him. Next up, guys, we've got Michael Essien. Of course, we knew he was going to be released. A dynamic midfielder whose playing style earned him the nickname of the Bison. Michael Essien began his career in League One before becoming Chelsea's record transfer in 2005. Over 9 seasons at Stamford Bridge, the Ghanaian scored a number of vital goals to help his team to 2 Premier League titles, 6 domestic cups, and the UEFA Champions League before enjoying spells at European giants Real Madrid and AC Milan. And this card, again, I don't know how this card's going to play. This could be one of those cards that's either absolutely insane or absolutely woeful. He's short at 1.77 meters. So what's that like? I don't know, like 5'9". And one of the reasons why I didn't personally like Makalele all that much is because he just got bullied by the bigger players. His prime card obviously looks brilliant, good pace, great defending and physical, good passing, and incredibly well-rounded. And even his 85 CDM for early game, that will be a brilliant CDM. You put an anchor on him and all of a sudden he's got really high range stats for pace, defending and physical, which is perfect. His mid card, not as good because it's a bit slower. The defending and physical are basically identical. The passing is a lot better. But yeah, there's Michael Essien's card, guys. What do you think about him? Let me know in the comment section down below. Then we've got Zambrotta, guys. And this Zambrotta card actually looks brilliant. One of Italian football's greatest fullbacks, Gianluca Zambrotta, formed a key part of the formidable Italy defence that conceded just 2 goals on the way to winning the 2006 World Cup trophy. Zambrotta's performance during the tournaments was so influential that they earned him a place in the 2006 FIFA World Cup All-Star squad. And he has a left-back baby icon. which even in itself would on day one be one of the best left backs in the game. Good pace, very nice defending and physical with good passing and dribbling. Then he has the baby icon's actually the right back. That's the mid icon that's the left back. I beg your pardon. The baby icon is a right wing back, still very good and probably will be one of the better right backs in the game as well, early stages. But that prime icon looks brilliant. That is, I don't want to say end game because I don't think that's fair to say, but it's definitely an icon that you could have in your team until team of the season area came along. You know, brilliant pace, brilliant defending and physical, brilliant passing and dribbling for a fullback, and all in all, a really nice card. Then we've got Kenny Dalglish, widely regarded as one of Liverpool and Celtic's greatest players of all time. Dalglish was part of Liverpool's squad that enjoyed an astonishing level of dominance, both domestically and in Europe. In his 13 years as a Red, King Kenny won 8 league and 3 European titles, alongside a stack of domestic cups, making himself an Anfield legend in the process. And he's got an 87 rated card that doesn't even look too bad. Good pace, shooting and dribbling, just really bad physical, which worries me a bit. But his physical in general, it just isn't great. And when I say worries me a bit, I mean in terms of what we can expect in FIFA. But FIFA 20, obviously, I haven't played, is a new game. So maybe physical isn't going to be overly dominant in FIFA 20 like it was in FIFA 19. Who knows? But I really like the look of his prime icon card there. 90 pace, 90 dribbling, and 92 shooting is unreal. If he does get at prime moments, a 93 or even a 94, who knows how good that might be. But Dalglish card there looks very, very good. And then we move on to John Barnes, blessed with incredible speed and trickery. John Barnes played a key role for Watford, team that finished second in the league and FA Cup runners-up before transferring to Liverpool. Barnes terrorised opposition defenders throughout his time at Anfield, helping his team to win 2 league titles and 2 FA Cups, with his performances in the 1988 to 1989 season seeing him named as both PFA Players of the Year, Players Player of the Year, and Football Writers Footballer of the Year. And they're low-rated cards, but they're still really good cards. Even the 86 Central Cam, or the 86 Cam card, the central card there, really well-rounded stats. Low defending, but having mid-80s in every stat for a midfielder is unreal. And that left wing card, I can see being a machine. High-end pace, high-end dribbling, good shooting, and then really well-rounded physical and passing as well. Even for the 87 too. For me, it's an icon that I think we actually could see being used a fair bit, because it does appear to have very well-rounded stats that can be boosted via chem styles that can be really, really important. Next up, guys, basically for me, Ian Wright and Thierry Henry are my 2 favourite players of all time. No question about it. Hands down, they're there. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I grew up watching Ian Wright just dominate for Arsenal. And that EA say about Ian Wright was a relative latecomer to professional football. That didn't stop him from racking up the goals for both Crystal Palace and Arsenal, where he picked up the Golden Boot with 29 goals in his debut season for the North Londoners. His consistent goal-scoring talents helped lead the Gunners to the league and cup double in 1998, confirming his status as a club icon. I have a feeling Ian Wright's not going to have the most by way of skill moves, but he could shoot with both feet. So I'm hoping he has at least a 4-star weak foot. This card, it is typical Ian Wright. It's, you look at that prime card, the 89, it's a lot of pace, it's a lot of shooting. He wasn't the best dribbler. He was fast, he got in behind, but he didn't have, he wasn't a dancer on the ball. He couldn't change directions on a whim and weave in and out. He was I'm fast, I'm going to get in behind, and I'm going to shoot and score. So his physicals are quite nice as well, up in the high 70s. His dribbling for the 85 rated card is kind of going to make him like Michael Owen's baby card, where I personally think it's just going to be quite irrelevant. Good bit of pace and a decent bit of shooting, but with the passing, dribbling, and physicals that low, there are going to be day one cards like apparently Anthony Martial that are just going to absolutely dominate over someone like Ian Wright. That card, the 87 card, again, I just feel like it's not really up there with cards that I think would be great. But the 89 card with high pace, high shooting, we could potentially might find him as a usable card. For me personally, on my road to glory this year, I will get Ian Wright and I will get Thierry Henry, and they will be at the very least on every bench for every team all the time. Next up, guys, Ian Rush. After a relatively slow start to life at Liverpool, Ian Rush's second season for the Reds saw him hit the 30-goal mark, after which point the goals just kept flowing for the Welshman. His clinical finishing earned him the Division 1 and European Golden Boot awards in 83 and 84 as part of a Liverpool squad that won 5 league titles and 3 FA Cups and a Champions League during his time at Anfield. And yeah, that 91 Ian Rush looks brilliant. Great shooting, and then again, well-rounded, pace, dribbling, and physical. Obviously, he gets some good links, as weird as that may sound, but it allows people to bring in Gareth Bale. If Gareth Bale gets a couple of big cards, Gareth Bale's 85 leaked card already looks absolutely amazing. So if Gareth Bale, he scored 2 goals obviously on the weekend. He did get sent off as well, so maybe that plays a part. But if Gareth Bale gets up to an 88 or an 89 or a 90, it's going to be unreal. And so having Rush and Bale to link together, maybe with Aaron Ramsey in the team as well, I can see Ian Rush being used a little bit for that. It's not the best card that we've seen, but it is good and probably would be usable. But it reminds me a lot of strikers like Ruud van Nistelrooy and Hernandez that, for me personally, I just didn't see them in FIFA 19. Everyone always conforms to the norm, to the meta, and I don't know if he's going to be that or not. Next up, guys, is Hugo Sanchez. After rising through the ranks at UNAM while studying for a degree in dentistry, Hugo Sanchez won his first league title in '77, just days before his 19th birthday. After 5 seasons in Mexico, Sanchez spent 4 years at Atletico Madrid before making a move across the city to the rivals Real. With Los Blancos, the Mexican striker amassed over 200 goals, along with 5 consecutive La Liga titles, 3 domestic cups, and a UEFA Cup before returning to Mexico for a spell at Club America. And this card looks great. Even the 89, high dribbling, high shooting, good pace, high pace, obviously, really good. Even the 87, for an early stage card, having 88 pace and shooting with 85 dribbling would be very nice. But that prime card does look brilliant. 92 pace, 93 shooting, 90 dribbling. He's going to be unreal. I don't know what skill moves and weak foot he's going to have before my time. Before I was even born, this guy was playing football. I don't really know much about him. His card looks pretty good though. And then Garrincha, guys, or Garrincha. I've been told several times that when I say Garrincha, it's wrong. When I say Garrincha, it's wrong. So however it's said, I apologise. Garrincha joined Botafogo in 1953 and quickly made a name for himself, scoring a hat-trick on his debut against Bonsucesso. After developing a reputation for his flair and incredible dribbling activity, he registered numerous attempts for major European clubs to sign him, remaining with Botafogo for 13 seasons and playing a starring role for the Brazilian national team that won back-to-back FIFA World Cups in 58 and 62. Incredibly, Brazil never lost a match with Garrincha and fellow icon Pelé in the lineup. So, this card looks unreal. A Brazilian right winger, I assume he's going to have high skill moves. The card is just brilliant. Look at that 94, 90 pace, 94 passing, 96 dribbling, and 87 shooting. Even the 90 rated, the low tier one, high pace, high dribbling, good shooting, and good passing. The 92 as well, 90 pace, 94 dribbling, 86 shooting, 92 passing. I have a feeling we might see this card a fair old bit. Then we got Didier Drogba, guys. Didier Drogba made his breakthrough in 2003-04 with Marseille, where he added goal-scoring ability to his phenomenal physique to net 32 times in 55 matches and win the League One Player of the Year award. The Ivorian moved to Chelsea in 2004, where his goals helped the club to 4 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, and 3 League Cups, cementing his status as a Blues icon with the deciding penalty to win Chelsea's first ever UEFA Champions League title. And that 91 Didier Drogba looks immense. It's a shame his dribbling's low. He will feel heavy on the ball, but 90 pace, 92 shooting, and 90 physical. Unbelievable. He deserves his icon card. I can only imagine his free kicks are quite good as well, because he did score a fair few, including a few at Arsenal. And then we've got 2 more to go. So Carlos Alberto Torres came to prominence at Fluminense, where he showcased his skills as a technically gifted defender, known for his ball skills as well as his defensive capabilities. After 3 years at the club, he joined Santos, during which time he captained Brazil to a FIFA World Cup glory in 1970 and scored one of the greatest goals in the history of the tournament in the final. After spending 14 years playing in Brazil, Carlos Alberto linked up with Pelé at New York Cosmos, helping them to 4 league championships in his 4 years at the club. The fact that they've talked about his technical gift and his skills, he's either going to have 4 or 5-star skills as a fullback, which is going to be brilliant. His centre-back card, which may also have 4-star skills, is great. Good pace, good defending, good physical, very fast for a centre-back. But what I like most is that right-back card. 93 rated, 90 pace, 90 defending, 87 physical. If he's got skill moves as well, this is going to be a case. Over the years, we haven't really seen many icon fullbacks be the meta common players. We've seen a lot of the midfielders and a lot of the attackers. We've seen a lot of centre-backs with Maldini and Ferdinand over the years. But Roberto Carlos and Zanetti, they never really cut the mustard. Petit's left-back card just isn't really one that's there. But this Carlos Alberto card, I can absolutely see in a lot of the early high-end squads for a long time because it looks brilliant. And last but not least is Pirlo, an elegant deep-lying playmaker known for his incredible vision and passing. Pirlo was an integral part of the AC Milan midfield that won UEFA Champions League in 03 and 07. His domestic performances also transferred to the international stage, where he helped Italy to win the 06 FIFA World Cup, picking up the Man of the Match award in the final. Pirlo ended his career in Serie A with 4 consecutive Serie A triumphs before finishing his career with a move to the MLS. And Pirlo was one of those cards where people were just like, EA are going to crucify this card as an icon, but I feel like they've done a really good job on all 3 cards respectively, but specifically that prime card, 80 shooting, 91 dribbling and 95 passing with 71 defending and 73 pace. That is going to be a super usable card in my opinion. So credit to EA for actually making Pirlo seemingly usable. We'll have to see how he plays in game. And that, guys, is the new icons for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. There's going to be more FIFA 20 news coming, so stay tuned to the channel for that. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.